A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Welcome to Khalil Center's Ramadan Preparedness Summit. Inshallah, today we will be discussing psychological and spiritual wellness to prepare for the sacred month, and especially given the situation lately with public health, we will be giving special attention to considerations of social distancing and maintaining our health during this very difficult time. My name is Hira Khanzada. I am our outreach coordinator and a licensed psychotherapist with the Khalil Center. Today, I'll be introducing a little bit about the Khalil Center and who we are, in addition to introducing our speaker, who will be beginning in just about 10 minutes. So the Khalil Center is a not-for-profit spiritual wellness center. We are here for the Muslim community with several programs, workshops, therapy and counseling, and our specialty is in an Islamically integrated therapeutic approach. So we really blend the sacred tradition with professional psychology. And we have offices across the country in different parts. And without further ado, you can look at our slide here. Resources that we have for you guys right now are our appointments. You can go to www.khalilcenter.com for scheduling an appointment. Right now, all of our offices have appointments available on web therapy. So no matter where you're at in the United States and I believe in Canada, you can reach out for therapy with us. And below you will see COVID support. We have our channel at khalilcenter.com/live where you're tuning in today. In addition, with plenty of resources on there, support groups, a blog, and actually on the side of that page, a calendar of all of our upcoming events that you can check out any time of the year. And also for you, we have short videos. We recently completed a series of short videos, about 5 to 10 minutes each, on how to support yourself and your family during COVID. Lots of helpful information there. And for those of us who are new to Khalil Center services, there's also a helpline that we have with trained counselors from our Muslim faith who can you answer the phone when we're in the office and chat with you or with anybody who kind of needs some support, a lending ear, and then we can support you to further resources if more help is needed. Make sure to check out our social media. We are at Khalil Center on Twitter, Instagram, also Facebook. And then last but not least, launchgood.com. We have our generous sponsors at Launchgood who have sponsored this summit along with several organizations. If you check out our page on khalilcenter.com/live, you will be able to take a look at the several over 45 organizations nationally that have come together to put on this summit across time zones. It's really amazing. So Launchgood is one of those many sponsors, and they are doing a campaign for Khalil Center and of course several other nonprofits online. So please, in this upcoming month, consider donating to the Khalil Center towards necessary services. Please consider donating your zakat as well. We provide essential mental health care, and for those that need it from an Islamic perspective, so that we are grounded in our faith with this mental health care, to several Muslims and families that are struggling and that can genuinely use the mental health treatment. And with that, for about the next minute, we're going to talk a little bit more about the Khalil Center, and then I'll introduce you to Chris Blauvelt, who'll say a few words about Launchgood. So one fun fact about the Khalil Center is that our original office actually started in Chicago, believe it or not. Chicago, Illinois, sort of in the Midwest of the United States. And that office began, and then years later, we have now opened up several offices across the country, next with the Bay Area, California. After that, I believe we started an office in New York. Then we went down to Los Angeles. Now we're in Toronto, and there is just a great need, as you can tell, Um, so that's a little fun fact. We'll be sprinkling in fun facts with our hosts throughout this summit. And now we're here. We're going to go ahead and introduce our generous sponsors, Launchgood. We have today Chris Blavelt, Launchgood CEO and co-founder. He's going to say a few words about this very important organization that is helping our Muslim community. So without further ado, please, CEO Chris Blauvelt, please go ahead and introduce yourself and Launchgood. We
Hey,
will
salam
unmute you.
alaikum.
Walaikum
Hey,
assalam.
salam alaikum. It's Chris Abdurrahman Blavel. Yeah, and you got the last name right. It's just like Roosevelt with a blah 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 in front. So Blavelt. And alhamdulillah, we're so happy to be supporting you guys. I remember I actually visited the Khalil Center. I want to say it was like 2 or 3 years ago, and I was really impressed. I don't know if everyone that's watching has actually ever been to the Khalil Center. Um, it's incredible the work you guys do in the Zakat Foundation America, and I was overwhelmed. Really, I was so impressed. Alhamdulillah. So very excited to be supporting you, and thank you guys for putting on this webinar.
Yeah, I mean, thank you so much for coming. Tell us a little bit about Launchgood. How did you guys start? What's, the background of your organization? We really want to highlight you as a sponsor here.
Well, thank you. I hope people, I don't bore people, but so if you have questions, you can go, please ask them. I don't know if there's a way they could do a chat or something, but in a nutshell, I've worn many hats in my lives. One of them was a film producer. We were the first, we had a film go to the Sundance Film Festival called Bilal's Stand, and we needed money to finish that off. And we were the first Muslims to use Kickstarter, which is one of the largest crowdfunding platforms in the world. But at that time, it was just a year old. And I fell in love with crowdfunding. I thought, wouldn't it be amazing to have a Muslim Kickstarter? And that was the impetus for Launchgood. There's a lot of bumps along the road, but eventually we went live in 2013. And our first year, we helped raise about $1 million through our site. And that grew to 3, which grew to 10 million, which grew to 25, grew to 50. And now, alhamdulillah, we're at over $100 million now. So it's really become a go-to platform for Muslims trying to raise funds to help their neighbors, help their community organizations, and help in all sorts of ways. Sometimes creative projects, charitable projects, but that's what we do. I like to say it's Launchgood is a storybook, and every campaign on Launchgood is one chapter in that storybook of all the good that Muslims are capable of doing in the world.
Wow. Wow, that is amazing. It's amazing how much support was garnered in such a short amount of time in the beginning. And, in our community, nationally and even internationally, we're always hearing about donate to this Launchgood campaign or it's on
Oh,
Launchgood. So, it's really become a name and a staple and kind of a hub, right, for Muslim organizations to get support and to like a trustworthy hub, where you're giving your money, but that it's a place that it's going to be safe and secure. Um, so
and yeah,
yeah,
thanks for mentioning that. I mean, we work really hard on that. Actually, it's harder than I think most people think, um, because every campaign on Launchgood, we're trying to screen it. And we're doing two things. We're trying to review and screen every single campaign, which is a lot of work, but also allow crowdfunding from anywhere in the world. That could be, um, Zanzibar or Pakistan or Ethiopia, like, anywhere in the world.
wow,
And
spreading the good
so
all over.
it's a challenge. It's really hard, actually. But we have an amazing support team, an amazing compliance team. All this stuff I never even knew or thought about when we started Launchgood, but alhamdulillah, it's all about the team, and we got a great community of people that dedicate their lives to this as their careers. And as does Khalil Center, alhamdulillah. And I think that's the hallmark of a great organization is able to attract really talented people like yourself to them and really make a difference.
No, thank you. Well, so honored that LaunchGood was able to work with us, of course, along with the several 45 plus other co-sponsoring organizations we have for this national international summit. Thank you, Chris, for joining us today. May
Oh,
Allah
thank you.
reward you. And,
Uh,
inshallah, throughout the summit, I know we'll have a couple of other visitors from LaunchGood just to
yes.
introduce, keep a presence going.
If I have a second, I want to really encourage
Please,
people to
you
support your
you do.
campaign. And
Thank
I
you.
don't know if it's possible for me to share my screen. Let me see if I can.
We have our
Um,
screen up there. Okay.
is it showing here?
Yes.
This is so simple, guys. So I was honored to be the first supporter of your Launchgood campaign. I didn't give much, admittedly, $10, but I'm going to share it here. And what I was really surprised. Sometimes when you share, you generate, what was it? 20 times the amount you gave. So I gave you $10, full disclosure. But I'm hoping that this share could generate up to $200 once people see it and start to donate themselves, and you have this, like, a trickle effect. And so I really encourage everyone out there, if they can, go ahead, support you guys. Very simple, launchgood.com/Khalil Center, and then hit and share the campaign. And
Yes.
inshallah, it'll make a really big difference. You guys doing great work. You deserve it all. And we're really happy to support you and honored to. And may Allah help us. And if anyone needs help with their fundraising or anything this time, they can reach out to us at launchgood.com/consult or launchgood.com/outsmartcorona. We have a whole page put together for that, inshallah.
Wow. All right. Well, thank you so much, Chris. Thank you also for the donation.
Thank
And
you.
it will times 20. So we don't even need to
Ameen.
worry about that.
Ameen.
Risk comes from Allah. So we'll go ahead and introduce our next speaker. Assalamu alaikum, Chris.
Walaikum
Um,
salam.
so now